Good morning, everybody. This week we're making apple pie. So inside of your box this week, we got apples. We got 4 green apples. We're gonna reserve those for our second assignment this week. You also have a small little ramekin with some cinnamon, some sugar, and some flour in it. You're gonna hold on to that for later on this week as well. What we're gonna focus on right now is this container right here and your butter. We're gonna make our dough for our apple pie. So we take our container, go ahead and pour all your flour. It's got some flour, some sugar, and some salt in there. And what we're gonna do, unwrap your butter and go ahead, I wrapped this one really good this week. And what we're gonna do is take 1/3 of your butter and reserve it for later, okay? Just cut that little piece off, put it back into your plastic wrap and save that for later. The rest of your butter, we're gonna take and just kind of dice up, okay? Into small little pieces. So that way it's nice and evenly distributed once we start mixing it in with our flour, okay? Once we get it all diced up, go ahead and throw that right into your flour mixture. And there's different techniques you can use for this. Traditionally, they use what they call a dough cutter. It's a slotted little one-handled piece like this. You can use 2 forks, or if you have at home a food processor, you can totally use something like that. So go ahead and start your process of cutting in your butter into your flour. As you start to do that, you're gonna notice that you get some clumps here on either your fork or your dough cutter. You're gonna continue to break your pieces apart and evenly distribute your butter into your flour. Get that nice and mixed up. Okay? Now that you see that you've got it all cut into there and nice and mixed up, what we're gonna do is get some ice water, okay? I'll go grab that and be right back. All right, now that we have our ice water, we're gonna slowly start sprinkling in some of our ice water into our dough and mixing it together. You're gonna wind up using about 1/2 cup of water, just enough to pull your dough together. I'm using a spatula to mix it up. Kind of incorporates a little easier that way. And you can see it starting to come together. I can tell that I need to go ahead and add some more water to it. And you'll see it slowly start to come together as dough should. If you need more water, it's okay. If you're using more than 1/2 cup, it's okay. You're using enough to just make it come together. Not all flours are the same. So some flours are gonna take a little bit more water than others. Oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get some, see the flakiness in your dough? That's gonna cause awesome layers when it comes time to put this all together when we have our pie. Okay, one more good glug of water in there. And I think we should be golden. Okay, got it nice and stuck together now. What I'm gonna do is take my ingredients, scrape it onto my cutting board, or you can use your counter, whichever's easier. You don't have a gigantic cutting board like this. And I'm slowly just gonna start pressing it together. I feel like I need just a sprinkling, so I'll just dab my fingers into the water. And then you'll see it start to stick together. You don't want it to be a solid, brick of dough, but you want it nice and stuck. So I'm gonna fold it on top of itself and add just a little bit more water to it. There we go. Really starting to stick. Nice, light, fluffy, flaky dough. All those flaky layers in there is exactly what's gonna make your pie crust awesome. So what I'm gonna do, take my dough ball, put it right into a plastic wrap. If you have plastic wrap at home, that's awesome. If not, you can reuse your pint container. I know I'm off camera, but I'm wrapping it up. And there's your dough ball. What we're gonna do is take this dough ball and put it into our refrigerator for the next couple of days. Hopefully you get a product that looks like this.